Beautiful work, Nana.
What's up, guys? You would have just seen some little snippets of my grandma's 80th birthday dinner. We had it up top of Rest Point, which is like a casino area in down here in Hobart, and the actual restaurant revolves around, like, it's on top of a building, which the restaurant inside the building revolves very slowly around the top. So it takes about a bit over an hour for you to be on one side of the building and then do a full 360. The date is now, I've got another appointment tomorrow. I think tomorrow is the 30th. Just to check how my blood is recovering, and from the feel of things, I think it's getting better, but I still might need a little top up of something. I haven't had any sickness or anything over the last couple of days since I was let out of hospital, but at the moment I've got a bit of a headache, which I assume still from chemotherapy, because I've had quite a lot of liquids today and quite a lot of good stuff to eat. It's kind of present when I'm speaking around this side of my head. If I get up too fast from, like, I'm in bed now, or off the couch, or just get up fast in general, it's kind of a bit piercing for a couple of seconds before it calms down, and then I'm off again. So I had 2 Panadol for that earlier today, or about an hour ago, and I should be able to get to sleep with that, but it's like 12:30 now a.m. and I've got the appointment tomorrow at 8:30, so I put up an Instagram post about this, but before I've had 2 blood tests in the last in the last week, and one day it was high, which is good, and the second day, which was a day after, or 2 days after, it came down lower by like 20 points. And I put that down to the fact that I played the drums, like the instrument drums, for about half an hour on one of those on the day before my second blood test. So because playing the drums with someone like myself having such a low blood count, the good red blood cells in my body have to push the oxygen around my whole body. Thus, them being used, they die, and my bone marrow not being healthy enough to produce good red blood cells, the number just decreased. So the last time I had a blood test, I did need another bag of whole blood and another bag of platelets, which weren't that high either. So it's kind of annoying. That's one of the most, I guess, the annoying things that I'm not allowed to. I'm just constrained and not able to do certain hobby things like that, like play the drums. Like, it's a good thing to pass time, and it's kind of an exercise thing for someone who can't do actual exercise like running or extensive walking. So there is that sacrifice of, it's good from a mental perspective to be able to play the drums, just chill out, play some songs, jam out some songs, which I usually play rock and metal songs, so you would assume they'd be quite fast paced. Being able to have the mental thing of be able to chill and just relax and play and partake in a hobby of yours, which is music, which I play guitar and drums mostly, which I'll probably show you later on. But yeah, that sacrifice of playing the drums and then the next day having that drop in blood count. So I probably won't go on the drums until I've got a fairly high and stable red blood count, which it should be today, but just by feeling my pulse, my pulse is around 70 to 80 beats per minute, so it's not that high yet. And I think with my appointment tomorrow, I think one of the doctors is going to come and chat and talk about what the next step is, depending on the recovery of the blood cells. I think I'm going to have another bone marrow biopsy soon. I think they said they wanted to have it this week, but I'm not sure if my bloods are good enough yet. And the bone marrow biopsy will determine the effectivity of the first round of chemo, which they were hoping, or it was intended to put me into remission. And this next round is to be the what's it called? Consolidation round, which is like making sure it stays in remission, and then we're off to Melbourne to get the transplant, which I don't think I've even talked about yet. Yeah, so it's one of the other things is that as soon as you're into a good phase, like I've been feeling good or healthy under the circumstance for the last week. And as soon as you start feeling healthy, they hit you with the second round, so you're back in the slump. So you really have to take advantage of these good points, like, you don't necessarily have to do something that is outside or is adventurous, but just something that just being able to appreciate being in a good level than a slump, because the reality is that there's more slumps than more low points than high points during chemotherapy. So depending on how the blood is recovering, I should be in a good point for another week or so, depending on when they put the chemo on. But you would have seen, if you've watched a previous episode, that the last round of chemo did hit me pretty early. It's all very interesting stuff. Nothing to worry about, going good, feeling good. I hope you are too. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.
Baby, we can make it. Pull me off the pavement.
Then you can have a nice snowball.
Yeah.